And you're watching Disney Channel.
Yeah. What do, 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 do.
Yeah.
I didn't have breakfast. I was asleep at breakfast time because we got here at 4 a.m.
We got here after 5.
We got here after 5. Oh my God, you're right. Oh, it was so early. We drove for so long. I'm in a good mood. Y'all are delightful. I feel very I was very, very, you could ask Cam and Heather. I was super nervous all morning. I was like, oh my God, what the oh, can I curse?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Ooh, we're going to be on a podcast, Cam.
I meant that as a metaphor.
It was a good joke.
Hi, I'm Cameron Logan.
And I'm Najeeah. We are here at the Robin Theater for the Distant Planet Project in partnership with
Capital City Film Festival.
Let's go. Let's watch a movie, man.
The easiest is who. Bringing my family, bringing my friends. Jay's coming on. And what I'm going to take with me, I mean, besides, typical video games and whatnot. Also my small dog. I have a small dog.
Bread.
Adorable. But yeah, definitely get some good snacks in there. For sure, some beers. Some casual. We'd hang out on Mars for a little bit. Maybe a year or so. Then I'd drop off everybody else. And then I feel like I'd cruise around the stars. Love stars. Yeah.
He gave a good answer. Hold on. Space is the place. Shout out to Sun Ra. I'm bringing my family. I'm bringing Cam. I'm bringing my partner. I'm bringing my vinyls. I need to bring my vinyls. I'm bringing Their Eyes Are Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. I'm also bringing Extra Blast Cheddar Goldfish and tangerines. Yeah, that is what I'm bringing. Mr. Cam?
Yeah, so we both started Howard's MFA film program in 2021. And so our first collaboration as director-producer was in our second year, the film The Way She Fell Apart, which also did pretty okay in festivals as well.
It did pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, since then, it's just been dynamic duo. And it was pretty... Jay had the idea for HAG and knew she wanted it to be the thesis. For years, actually. I mean, Jay will tell you more about this, but she's been writing it since she's been 17. And so she asked me to come along and produce. And at first, I was like, kind of want to direct my own thing, But I don't know, after reading the script, just knowing Jay's drive and passion and creativity, it was like, okay, the smartest choice is definitely let me produce this for Jay. And I definitely made the right choice. I'm very happy with my decision. And since then, I mean, we had been friends before that, but I mean, working on HAG for sure brought us way closer together. So yeah, I think that's when we became real day ones.
No, yeah, we're definitely locked in as a group. He's not giving himself enough credit. For one, he is a phenomenal producer and he wanted to produce, but it was always a back and forth because in Howard's MFA film program, you are in a space where either you're writing or directing or you're a cinematographer, because a lot of the Black cinematographers in Hollywood right now are a few degrees away from, or not literal degrees, but degrees separation from Howard and what Howard has done for the film industry. So it was always, are you a DP? Are you a director? And I noticed in Cam, he's like, I want to produce. And I was like, I hate producing because there's just so much. I'm very detail oriented and he's so big picture that when we come together, it makes the story itself. I'd also say, we were homies, immediately. I think when we first got into the program, we were getting jokes off all the time, the whole day, in all the classes we were in. Oh, geez. And I think in that, we just had a really tight bond, and I trusted him enough to share this story with him, because this story, like he said, I've been writing since I was 17. I started writing it after my grandmother passed. And it became something way more than what I thought it was. And we took it and we ran, and still running, to be fair, but you know. This film is really everything for me. I am born and raised in South Carolina. I'm Geechee, so having a chance to put pen to paper and make an oral tradition, a story that's told from mother to grandmother to great grandmother and so on and so forth, and be able to put words to the story I've known all my life really meant a lot to me. And I was also really blessed to be able to allow my queerness to also be a part of the story I'm telling, and allow the women who raised me to be a part of the story I'm telling. A lot of times we forget when we're talking about family, especially family in the South. Family in the South is very matriarchal led, and my mother, my grandmother, the women who raised me made me who I am, and I want to always thank them in the work I do. And I think leading with the women who made me makes my work better.
For me, I wanted to produce because I like to help people. And so Jay had a very personal story that they had been working on and they wanted to tell. And I mean, being able to side by side help Jay get that story out, I mean, is very important to me. And I mean, specifically, the stories that I like to tell are niche. I mean, Hag is queer, it's Southern, it's horror. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know a lot of movies like that. And so being able to, get it to the big screen, get into all these festivals, get people to see it, get people to understand the perspective that Jay sees the world through, that her family sees the world through, is phenomenal. And I'm very, very grateful that I got to be a part of it.
I think the biggest thing is, one, visibility. I mean, if I look back at all the movies I've watched, which is a ridiculous amount, I can think of maybe 3 that sort of hit what I'm hitting on. Thinking about Daughters of the Dust and how that movie means everything to me. Thinking about Eve's Bayou. Thinking about Candyman. And I don't got nothing to do with what's up there in Candyman, but that's a comp for my film, because there's that culture, there's that folklore, there's that repetitive cycle of the world that we're living in, and how trauma in Black households is cyclical, and we're gonna continue to do you remember in the 2021 Candyman, the Coleman Domingo's monologue near the end? There's a spot in the fabric, and we're seeing the same spot every generation. I think about that so often, because for me, horror. Okay, you just follow me what I'm about to say, right? So one of the actors in my film, Joy Vanderbilt Cobb, she plays Myra. She plays the grandmother in the film. One of the most poignant things that woman has ever said to me is, theater is my hollering place. She is a theater professor emeritus at College of Charleston, South Carolina. She also taught my mother when my mother was pregnant with me. So it's also very full circle that she's, I got a chance to direct her in a film. But in that same way that theater is her hollering place, in her ability to be seen, I think that's what film is for me. So often we forget that there is so much to be seen in the world, and being as specific as you can be gives so much space to a general and wide audience. So I recognize, like with my story, it's specifically my story. I don't think anybody else has told this story, which is really exciting to me. And being able to say, hey, this is what it's like to be, or not even like what it's like to be Geechee, but this is something that I experienced or I felt in one way or another being Geechee, growing up in the South, growing up around women, and how women hold each other up in these moments. is exciting to be able to say, here's a way to look at it that you may not have ever seen before. Because there's a lot of like general themes in the story that are also in the world, even if we are looking at a very specific moment.
In my point of view, I think one of the benefits of film is showing a wide variety of people perspectives they would not have otherwise seen. And I like to use Moonlight for an example of that. I mean,
we drove Moonlight we played Moonlight so many times in grad school.
A Howard favorite for sure.
Real bad.
But I mean, Moonlight is such a very specific film. But I think the human emotion of it is what really made it what it is. I mean, you feel for Chiron and his situation. I mean, I just think that's so beautiful. I mean, I personally haven't been in, whether it's Moonlight or Hag or a number of other movies. I mean, there's so many situations and circumstances I have not been in, but to be able to see it depicted on the screen, I mean, I just feel like it just fosters human connection in such a fantastic, beautiful way. And so, yeah, that's one of the reasons I really love film.
I'm gonna let you answer first because you're gonna say no, and then I'll answer.
You know what I'm gonna say. No, no, I am not Gullah Geechee. So all my knowledge of the Hag has been working through the production process of this film.
And my strenuous notes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got pages and pages of notes. Yes, I have. Oh, girl. I don't even know how to describe that really. Like, experiencing that, one of the things I learned in my research is though other people don't believe that experience, there is a scientific connection to people who don't believe that experience. They tend to attribute it to sleep paralysis, night terrors, and insomnia. So that big three tends to be what people who don't believe that attribute it to. For a long time, as a person, not even just as a filmmaker, I ran away from all the things that made me Southern, all the things that made me Black. I have an undergrad in theater, and one thing you will learn in doing a theater undergrad, and I'm sure you can attest to it as well, they will rip every single thing out of you that is not going into the great white way. And I wasn't even an actor. I was a playwright, dramaturg, costume, anything that wasn't on stage, that's what I was doing. And having run away from my roots for so long, finally getting that moment, which is, again, very Howard of me, to have that moment of Sankofa, to have that moment of, to move forward, you must look back. And being able to connect with what's behind you to move forward has made all the difference in what I do. And being able to accept my experiences with being Geechee and the things I have grown up with that quite literally my family has told me. And I was like, that's made up. And being able to just take it in and be like, this is my culture and what I have was like amazing. And it made everything balance out for me. So. I did not have to try hard. I did not have to try hard. I think that often things that we don't understand, we attribute queerness to in the same way that non-Black people attribute Blackness to with things they don't understand. So for me, there was a connection, like it's in the feature script, isn't it? Where I have one of the, wink, where I mentioned like something that Southern, like the lovely Southern ladies I grew up with say when they're leaving each other is, or you'll hear South Carolinians that are Geechee say, is don't let it ride you, which is literally like don't let it ride you, is don't let the Hag quite literally sit on you and ride you. So having that experience and understanding that me coming into something as a queer woman, there's context always, you know? So existing in the context, you're able to take what's already there and spread it to see what exactly is there and what you can add to it. I think it was so easy for me to put everything I had into that story because there was space for it already. It was never like pushing something out of the way or moving a box to get to where I wanted. It was already there. So your actual last question.
I think I would bring everybody back for sure. I might keep going for a little bit. Like I said, I mean, I really love stargazing, and so just being in space, I don't know, it's just unbelievable beauty. So I might hang out a little bit.
That's so complicated for me, but it's such a good question. My first mind tells me I'm not coming back, but I know good and doggone well that I'm gonna come back because, quite honestly, this is mine. You can't send me away. This is mine. I grew up here. I've been here. I'm gonna stay here. If I can fix it, I'm gonna try. If I can't, I'm gonna go where I can be. So, final answer, Steve.